Hey there, welcome back to the channel. World Explorer Mind WM. Today we off to the Caribbean for our latest country deep dive. But before we get started, now without further ado, let's meet today's country. Trinidad and Tobago is an island nation located in the southern Caribbean Sea, just off the coast of Venezuela. It consists of two main islands, Trinidad and Tobago, as well as several smaller ones. With a population of around 1.5 million people, it is the third smallest country in the Americas by both land area and population. Since gaining independence from the Dutch in 1976, Trinidad and Tobago has established itself as a major player in the global energy market, thanks to its vast reserves of natural gas and oil. In fact, it is currently the 12th largest producer of natural gas in the world and the 8th largest producer of methanol. The country's thriving energy sector has contributed significantly to its economic growth, making it one of the wealthiest countries in the Caribbean region. But that is not all this island nation has to offer. In today's deep dive, we will take a closer look at Trinidad and Tobago, exploring its history, culture, economy, and future prospects. Join us as we uncover the hidden gems and untold stories of this fascinating country and discover what makes it such a unique and dynamic destination. The Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is situated in the southern Caribbean Sea, just off the coast of Venezuela. It comprises two principal islands, Trinidad and Tobago, along with several smaller ones, including the uninhabited island of Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago are separated by the Gulf of Paria, a narrow stretch of water approximately 30 kilometers wide. Trinidad, the larger of the two islands, covers an area of 4,828 square kilometers, while Tobago spans 1,840 square kilometers. The country's total land area, including the smaller islands, is 5,128 square kilometers. Trinidad and Tobago is a constitutional republic with a presidential system of government. The head of state is the president, who is both the symbolic leader of the country and the guarantor of its independence. Paula May Weeks, who has held office since March 2018, current president is Christine Kangaloo. The head of government is the prime minister, who is the chief executive of the country and the leader of the majority party in the parliament. The current prime minister is Keith Rowley, who has been in office since September 2015. The country's legal system is based on English common law and it follows the Westminster parliamentary system. Trinidad and Tobago is a member of the Commonwealth of Nations and the Organization of American States, among other international organizations. Now that we have covered the basics, let's delve deeper into the rich history of Trinidad and Tobago. Before the arrival of the Europeans, the islands were inhabited by the Arawak and Carib people. However, it was the Spanish who first explored and settled Trinidad and Tobago in the 15th century. They named the islands after the abundance of cedar trees found there, which they used for shipbuilding. During the 17th and 18th centuries, the islands were part of the Spanish colony of Venezuela and were known for their production of cocoa, coffee, and sugar. However, due to frequent attacks by the British, the Spanish began to neglect the islands, leading to their economic decline. In 1783, Spain ceded Trinidad to Britain under the Treaty of Versailles, and Tobago followed suit in 1814. The British colonial administration focused on developing the island's agricultural potential, introducing new crops such as cotton, and encouraging settlement by Europeans, Africans, and indentured Asians. This period saw the emergence of a plantation economy with African slaves working on the sugar plantations. Following the abolition of slavery in 1834, indentured labor from India and China replaced enslaved Africans. By the late 19th century, Trinidad and Tobago had become a prosperous colony with a diverse population. In the 20th century, the islands gained increasing self-governance and ultimately achieved independence from Britain on August 31, 1976. Since then, Trinidad and Tobago has developed into a modern democracy with a mixed economy. So Trinidad and Tobago is a beautiful country with a rich history and culture. Its strategic location in the Caribbean Sea has made it an important player in the region, particularly in the energy sector. Its booming economy and political stability have also made it a popular destination for foreign investment and tourism. Trinidad and Tobago is known for its vibrant culture, which is a reflection of its diverse population. The country celebrates a variety of festivals throughout the year, including Carnival, which is one of the biggest events on the island. Music is an important part of Trinidadian culture, and the country has produced many famous calypsonians and soca artists. Food is also an important aspect of the culture, and the cuisine is a mix of African, Indian, Chinese, and European influences. Some of the popular dishes include doubles, callaloo, and bake and shark. Despite its many accomplishments, Trinidad and Tobago faces some challenges, including crime, inequality, and environmental degradation. However, the country is taking steps to address these issues and is working towards a more sustainable and equitable future. As we conclude our overview of Trinidad and Tobago, we are left with a sense of admiration for this small but mighty island nation. Its strategic location, thriving economy, and rich culture make it an important player on the world stage. While it faces some challenges, we are confident that Trinidad and Tobago will continue to grow and prosper in the years to come. Before we move on, let's talk about the oil and gas industry in Trinidad and Tobago. As mentioned earlier, Trinidad and Tobago is one of the largest producers of natural gas in the world. The country's natural gas reserves are estimated to be around 10.25 trillion cubic feet, according to data from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. The country's gas production has been on the rise in recent years, thanks to the development of new gas fields such as the Dragon's Head and Lemon fields. These fields are located offshore in the southeast corner of the country and are operated by a consortium led by Shell. In 2022, Trinidad and Tobago produced an average of 3.6 billion cubic feet per day of natural gas. According to data from the Trinidad and Tobago National Gas Company Limited, this made it the 12th largest producer of natural gas in the world, according to data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration. The country's gas exports are mainly directed towards regional markets, including Jamaica, Barbados, St. Lucia, and Mexico. Trinidad and Tobago also exports liquefied natural gas to the United States and some European countries. In addition to its natural gas reserves, Trinidad and Tobago also has significant oil reserves. The country's oil production is estimated to be around 2.5 billion barrels, according to the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries. The country's oil production has been on the decline in recent years. However, due to a number of factors, including the aging of existing oil fields and the country's dependence on foreign partners for exploration and production activities. In 2022, Trinidad and Tobago produced an average of 67,000 barrels per day of oil. According to data from the Ministry of Energy and Energy Industries, this made it the 25th largest producer of oil in the world, according to data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Despite the decline in oil production, the country's oil exports are still significant, accounting for around 35% of total exports in 2022, according to data from the Central Statistical Office. Now that we have discussed the oil and gas industry in Trinidad and Tobago, let's move on to the country's future prospects. One of the key areas of focus for Trinidad and Tobago's future development is its energy sector. The country has made significant investments in renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power, as well as in energy storage and smart grid technologies. The government is also encouraging the private sector to invest in renewable energy projects. Another area of focus for Trinidad and Tobago is its tourism sector. The country has a lot to offer visitors, including its beautiful beaches, lush rainforests, and vibrant coral reefs. The government is investing in new tourism infrastructure such as hotels and golf courses to attract more visitors to the country. In conclusion, Trinidad and Tobago is a country with a lot of potential. Its strategic location, thriving economy, and rich culture make it an important player on the world stage. While it faces some challenges, The country is taking steps to address these issues and is working towards a more sustainable and equitable future. We wish Trinidad and Tobago all the best in its future endeavors and look forward to seeing what the country accomplishes in the years to come. And that's a wrap on this episode of Country Deep Dive. If you enjoyed learning more about Trinidad and Tobago, show your support by giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel for more insightful content. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified about our latest episodes. If you have any thoughts, opinions, or suggestions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this journey, and we'll see you next time. This is World Explorer Mind 2em.